Yeah, what up, everybody? It's NY Emperor X, aka the next, so you can just call me X, but it's your boy. Yeah, your boy. And this dusty motherfucker right here is
a simple man of simple pleasures, otherwise known as a Moose King, but that's just me, and we are the Dust Budnies. And this is, I'm actually very fucking excited for this. For those of you who don't know, I watched American Gods Season 1 when it initially aired, and I actually read the book back in high school. And I've been really enjoying the show.
Is it good?
Personally, I really love it, and I think you really like it because it indulges. One of the things that we've always thoroughly enjoyed is theology, you know, and this is all about a modern interpretation of where a lot of these prior gods are, right? And one of my favorite aspects about this show, for those of you who have seen the show, you'll know what I'm talking about, is that these gods exist solely on faith, right? Faith is like their food, right? So the more people believe in them, the more people pray in them, it keeps them alive, keeps them youthful, keeps them powerful, right? But because there's so many different theologies, right? Mm-hmm. What you end up getting is different variations of the same god. So for instance, the Odin that the Vikings prayed to was a different Odin than the one who was prayed to by, you know, the other like other civilizations, because they had their own minor variations on them of how they worked and how they portrayed themselves, right? So their faith went into that version of that Odin, or this version of that Odin. And we see that throughout the show. Minor like there was a border crossing incident, right? And the Jesus that they believed into was different than the Jesus that it was different than the other Jesuses that were present, right? So
Odin, how many Jesuses are there?
Odin even commented on it. He's like, you want to see a lot of different versions of the same guy? Look for Jesus. There's tons of them. Yeah, and it's great because the dude who plays Odin is one of my favorite actors, and I never remember his name. It's the old dude who played Blackbeard in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Yeah. That guy. He was even in Game of Thrones for like an episode or two. I love him as an actor.
I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But he is a really good actor.
Right? Like his presence, his voice, like he's got style, man. He
actually was in one episode of Game of Thrones. And
yes, he was. Exactly. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. This dude, I love this dude as an actor. And the guy that got to play Shadow, who was our main character, I've never seen him before. I have no idea who he is. I saw him at a con once. Mm. Dude's good, man. Dude really rocks. His name's Shadow. Because essentially our main character...
Is he the guy with like the orange hair?
No, he's bald, man. He's bald, big dude, really built. Because essentially he plays, ironically, Odin's bodyguard. Yeah. Because again, in this world, you can't necessarily just, you know, throw yourself out there like, oh, you know, I'm, you know, this god, you know what I mean? Because there can be backlash, right? But also in this modern generation, there's modern versions of gods who have faith put into them. And that's what this is all about, is a clash between the new gods and the old gods.
Right.
So... all right, let me shut the fuck up and let's actually play this.
Love is the most sacred gift.
Yeah, we saw her a bit actually in Season 1. She feeds directly on lust. I forget her name though.
I am Laura.
Laura, right.
Laura.
That's Shadow's wife.
I believe in Shadow. I will never do anything.
She's a zombie.
It's gonna bring you back to life.
If you get in my way, the gods are going to be planning your funeral.
I think that's, fuck, what's her name?
There's a battle at hand.
That's the girl from...
You're crazy if you think I'm going to war without my luck.
There it is.
From Sucker Punch.
Yeah, she is from Sucker Punch. Yeah.
And that dude, he was in, he was in a movie called Men of Thieves.
And I write.
Mr. Ibis. Oh, that's right. He's one of the Egyptian gods.
Stories are truer than the truth.
Yeah. Mr. Nancy. Yeah. I forget.
Just because
look at it. I love it. I love the way they portray the gods.
Do you know who that is?
Actor? No.
That's the guy. You only heard it for a split second. That's the guy who was Kratos' voice.
No shit! The original?
That was the original Kratos' voice.
Mr. Wednesday! There he is!
Power on your side.
Love him. Love it! Ah. All right, Mr. World.
I am the man.
He's one of the new gods.
Behind the man. Behind the man.
Oh god, yeah. Tons of different theologies.
He was the weird guy in Charles Angel.
Yes, he was.
I am Salim. I am.
Oh, that's right.
Man. I'm following my heart.
That's right, because he had sex with a genie. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There's Shadow. That's our main character.
I lost everyone that I ever cared about. Everything I knew. Lost my light.
Yeah.
Every ending has a new beginning. Then I welcome it.
Yeah! Aye. Shadow's character is fun because he literally knows as much as we do, which is very little. Oh, there's one of the other new gods. Technical boy.
These old gods are desiccating. I am handing you the future on a platter.
Yep. There he is, the Jinn, the genie.
Go anywhere you wanted. Where Wednesday wants me to go is dangerous. You still want to come with me?
Huh, so he does actually find him, okay? Yeah! Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's so nice to see this, because one of the big things that the books did very well was that it told it strictly from Shadow's perspective. Very rarely did we ever move around to anyone else's perspective, right? So I think it's interesting that the show is going out of its way to approach them differently, right?
Yeah.
One of the biggest aspects, which is something I'm very happy they did right in the show, was Mr. Wednesday he's Odin, right? But he's an elder god kind of thing, so he's very cryptic.
Right.
So anytime he tells Shadow a story, it is this cryptic, underlying, watch your ass because this is important and remember some of this shit type of thing.
Right.
And I think the dude who plays Mr. Wednesday does a fantastic job of portraying these lines. However, there's one big problem I do have with the show. It's a problem I have very often with shows with a lot of dialogue. Something that I don't get in Game of Thrones a lot, actually, though, is mumbling. Because it's a lot of conversation. It's very monotone. It's very quiet. But it's one of those shows that goes from, we're having a conversation down here and everything's quiet and you can kind of pick out what's going on, but you might need captions, to kaboom, everything happened, oh my god, and now it's loud again. You know what I mean? It's one of those shows. But I can't blame the show entirely for that. I blame the audio, executive producers on that. So shame on you guys. And the audio engineers. Y'all should get your shit together. Equalize it. There's a program. There's a premedicated program. You pop it in there and it goes, ooh, now everything's on the same level. What?
I'm just waiting for Game of Thrones.
All right. But in the meantime, guys, brush that dust off your shoulders. Brush that dust off that beautiful ass subscribe button. If you really like what we do here, then comment, riddling that bell, and drop us a tip on Patreon. Watch out for that dust fall and these scrolling credits, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Allez, peace.
Hi, new guy.
What's up, new guy? How are you? Good to see you. You and Tim.
We have more than one.
We do.
Thank God.
We're famous, right? That's how that works, right? That's how fame works?
No.
Damn it!
That's not how any of it works.